Welcome back and thank you for staying with All Angles. Now, heavy storms hampered the search for missing people in the Jukskei River drowning tragedy yesterday. 14 people were killed and they are still missing in Sunday's flash flood. Johannesburg Emergency Services is hoping for clear weather today so that the search can resume. Let's get the latest now from reporter Manqoba Mchunu, who joins us live from Johannesburg. Manqoba, yesterday I even saw you battle in that hailstorm, and of course this hampered the search for the missing people or the missing congregants. Is Emergency Services hearing anything from the Weather Service about whether or not they can continue today?
Well, Masiko, I can certainly tell you that today the search for those missing congregants continues. We did get an indication from the emergency services here in Johannesburg that they're going to resume with that search and recovery mission. You recall, of course, Masiko, as you alluded to this fact that yesterday the search was called off due to the bad weather that they had experienced yesterday, a hailstorm that had hit the city and perhaps even the place where this incident had occurred, where they were planning to go and search for those that are still missing. But today, Masiko, the weather does look as if it has improved compared to yesterday. And so that's why we're seeing these search and recovery teams here on the ground. They're currently here on the Jukskei River, upstream though from where this incident had occurred. We understand that due to the weather that we saw yesterday, due to the heavy rainfalls that we saw yesterday, they believe that perhaps these congregants or some of those that might still be in the water may have actually moved upstream from where this incident occurred. And I can tell you, Masiko, that just there in the far behind this where the search and recovery teams are currently looking, they have gone there. We've seen the K9 unit along with search and rescue officials. Also we saw helicopters, Masiko, hovering around this area, just perhaps trying to see if they can locate something from the air. But the search, Masiko, I can tell you that it is continuing today, and we do understand that they're going to be looking here in this particular area we are in Sandton, further upstream from Collett Drive where this incident occurred, and that's where they're going to be looking today. We're told that they're also going to be moving further upstream towards 12th Avenue here in Sandton, and that's where this river flows, Masiko. That's where these officials are saying that they are hoping that perhaps they could locate some of these family members. But what we do know so far, Masiko, is that there are 3 families that have come forward to emergency officials telling them that out of those that have been identified, they still have not located their family members. So at this particular point, Masiko, the Johannesburg Emergency Services not ruling out the possibility that there could be more congregants that might have been swept away in that flash flood on Saturday. We know so far, Masiko, that 14 people have been recovered. We know that 13 of them have since been identified by their loved ones. There are still some others, or one more in the mortuary that has not been identified at this particular stage. But what we do know also, Masiko, is that in terms of the relatives that have come, we know that some of them are as far as Mahikeng, and these were church members that went to this particular church. We're hearing reports that the church itself did not have a premises where they had congregated, but rather that they had usually held their church services just next to the Jukskei River, and that's why then they had gone to do this particular ritual, this baptism ritual at the Jukskei River on that particular weekend when this incident had occurred. But as far as search and rescue operations are concerned, Masiko, those are continuing as we speak. The search teams are here on the river. They've gone up to try and perhaps look if they could see or locate any of those that are still unaccounted for.
Quite a heartbreaking story, Manqoba. So I'm assuming that rescue operators still don't know at this point exactly how many people they should be searching for, even with the 3 families that have come forward so far.
Indeed, Masiko, it's hard to tell because the numbers vary according to EMS officials. They are telling us from the initial reports that they've received from the pastor in terms of the congregants that were there. They are telling us that they were told that there were 33 congregants that had gathered in that service, in that ritual that was taking place on Saturday. But as far as people that had drowned, they are saying that they were told that there were about 15 people that had drowned, but then the numbers keep changing, Masiko. they are told now that, as far as the number is concerned, they know that there are 2 people that are in hospital who are receiving treatment. There are also 14 bodies that have been found. So that doesn't look like it was only 15 people that could have been affected. They are not ruling out that possibility that perhaps they would be finding more congregants here on this particular stretch of river. But what they are saying, Masiko, is that they're not going to stop this search and recovery operations, because this is at the behest of the families that have come to them saying that they haven't located their loved ones. And so they're saying that these operations are going to continue up until they locate those missing family members. Of course, they are also working closely with the families who are guiding this particular search, who are guiding them as far as those that are still unaccounted for, those that are still missing are concerned. So it's a search that they say is going to continue well up until they find those they think are still unaccounted for. But at this particular point, Masiko, there's no guarantee on the numbers. They're not certain whether or not they will find more people. They could still find people here, but also you might find that they have found those congregants that were inside. But what we do know also, Masiko, is that the pastor of the church was actually assisting them, who they had been quizzing as far as this is concerned, has also gone AWOL. He's nowhere to be found. And so this has made the search a bit difficult in terms of the accurate number of people that were there at this particular incident.
All right, Manqoba Mchunu live for us along the Jukskei River in Johannesburg. Let's leave it there for now.